This is Motoring Today, the Philippines' premier and longest running weekly motoring news and features TV and online magazine. I'm Ray Louie Gamboa.
And I'm Susie Gamboa. Here are this week's features to watch out for. On Motoring Forum, we shall discuss Makati's new policy on the Ayala bike lane. Our road safety reminder on the Young Street Smarts portion centers on the right-of-way of vehicles on the right. This week's Bang Chuper shall be about the no loading, unloading. Showcase this week shall have the mid-sized SUV from Ford, the next-gen Everest Titanium Plus.
All these plus the latest news in transportation and traffic management, as well as developments in the automotive industry, are on this week's edition of Motoring Today. Join us.
Mitsubishi Strada athlete, confident to the core.
Welcome back to Motoring Today. Here now are the latest news and developments in the country's transportation and traffic management. The Land Transport Management System is proving to be an effective new online platform for the LTO, and by August should fully replace the old IT system. That's the LTO chief's promise to Congress.
The Land Transportation Office plans to completely replace its legacy IT system to the Land Transport Management System by August 2023. This was revealed during a congressional hearing by LTO Chief J.R. Togade. According to Togade, the LTO is already using the LTMS wholly or partly for such processes as the driver's licensing system, the renewal processing of motor vehicle inspection and registration system or MVIRS, the law enforcement and traffic adjudication system, the revenue collection system, the portal, the application used by the general public, the online application and appointment system, and the executive information system. Several modules for the LTMS are still being completed, but the LTO is making sure full utilization will be undertaken by August of this year. By that time, all transactional data from the old system of Stratcom will be migrated to the Department of Information and Communications Technology and then transferred to the LTO's current provider, Dermalog, Togade told a House hearing. Togade also assured congressmen that all regional directors are aligned with the agency's mission, contrary to reports some were not exactly enthusiastic about the use of the LTMS.
Many motorists and vehicle owners have found using the LTMS portal useful and beneficial in renewing licenses and registrations. Meanwhile, the construction of the Metro Manila subway is moving at pace.
The Department of Transportation held a groundbreaking ceremony for the construction of the Camp Aguinaldo segment of the Metro Manila Subway project. During the ceremony, Transportation Secretary Jaime Bautista said government expects to complete construction of the Camp Aguinaldo station of the Metro Subway by the third quarter of the year. The construction of the Camp Aguinaldo station is part of Contract Package 3 of the Metro Subway project, funded by the Japan International Cooperation Agency. The 33-kilometer-long Metro Manila subway will have underground tunnels passing through 8 cities from Valenzuela to FTI Bulacan, with a spur line connecting to Terminal 3 of the Ninoy Aquino International Airport in Pasay City. It will have 17 stations and is expected to reduce travel time from Quezon City to the NAIA to around 45 minutes.
Commuters can't wait for the subway to be completed and operational, as this would present another quick way to move around the metro. Continuing, with a law and a separate LTFRB memorandum both mandating PUVs to give 20% discounts to seniors and students, one would think that no one needs to be reminded about it. But apparently, the LTFRB thinks one is needed.
Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board is again reminding drivers and operators of public utility vehicles about the 20% discount for students and seniors mandated by law, as well as its own separate memorandum circular. LTFRB Chairman Teofilo Guadis cited Republic Act No. 11314 or the Student Fare Act and the LTFRB Memorandum Circular No. 2017-024 in reminding PUVs to give senior and student fare discounts. RA 11314, signed by former President Duterte, mandated 20% discounts in all public utility vehicles for students, senior citizens, and persons with disabilities. Guadis warned PUV drivers and operators about the fines ranging from 1,000 to 5,000 pesos for refusing to give discounts to students. Operators are also reminded that franchises can be revoked for repeated violations of the RA 11314 and MC 2017-024. Under LTFRB Memorandum Circular No. 27-024, students are entitled to 20% discounts Monday to Sunday, even during the summer break, and legal and special holidays. The circular covers buses, jeepneys, taxis, and vehicles for hire, including tricycles, trains, aircraft, and marine vessels. The discount, however, does not cover students taking postgraduate studies such as master's, doctoral, medicine, law, and others.
The LTFRB reminder is good. Although, this means that PUVs may not be giving the fare discounts automatically. Perhaps, aside from the warnings about penalties and revocation of franchises, the LTFRB can supplement the warning with process and mode for quickly and easily filing complaints against violators. And finally, the president's recent visit to Japan may already be bearing fruit, with a Japanese company awarded a contract related to a major railway project.
The Department of Transportation has awarded a 37 billion peso contract to Japan's Mitsubishi Corp for the electrical and mechanical systems and track works of the Malolos-Clark Railway Project and the North-South Railway Project. Mitsubishi is one of the Japanese companies that signed letters of intent on investment projects in the Philippines during President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s state visit to Japan. The Malolos-Clark Railway Project, also known as PNR Clark Phase 2, is the second leg of the North-South Commuter Rail Project, which aims to establish a 53-kilometer rail service to cut travel time between Malolos, Bulacan, and Clark, Pampanga from 1.5 hours to just 30 minutes. This will also be the country's first airport railway express service that can take passengers from Makati to Clark International Airport in just 55 minutes. Funded by the Asian Development Fund, PNR Clark Phase 2 is targeted for completion by June 2025. It will have 6 train stations in Kalumpit, Apalit, San Fernando, Angeles, Clark, and Clark Airport. The rail stations will feature multimodal facilities to allow seamless transfer of commuters from public utility vehicles to trains.
The trend now seems to be for the development of the country's rail systems featuring Japanese technology and possibly Japanese funding. Those are the latest news and developments in transportation and traffic management. Coming up next is Motoring Forum, brought to you by Suzuki Philippines. Makati's move to stop treating bike lanes on Ayala as exclusive for cyclists and other forms of active transport has sparked new debates on the necessity and safety of our local bike lane networks. Motoring Forum discusses the many sides of the issue.
The Makati City Government has decided to remove the mandated exclusivity of marked bike lanes on Ayala Avenue. This was supposed to happen last February 15 with the start of what Makati authorities call the Shared Market Lanes Scheme. The city invented even a new term, shadow lanes, for the scheme. However, after many began protesting the new scheme, the Makati City Government decided to postpone its implementing to March 6. New markings, dotted lines flanking the universal cyclist sign, are painted on the avenue to indicate the lane is also to be shared by bicycle and e-scooter and four-wheeled vehicles. Makati authorities also maintain that the city continues to be a bike-friendly city with all the available biking initiatives in place, from the bike racks to bike repair stations and various sharrows in the Makati Central Business District. From the first announcement of the Sharrow scheme, cycling advocates and even some motorists began loudly protesting what they see as a regression of policies meant to encourage the use of active personal transport. They feared that whatever gains cycling advocates gained during the pandemic are being lost. Government spending millions establishing hundreds of kilometers of bike lanes to make it safer for cyclists, as well as partnering with private groups to spread the good word about the benefits of cycling to health, the environment, and in the longer traffic congestion. Manifestos came out, some exclaiming shadows will not keep us safer, paint is not protection, removing bollards is a death sentence. Some added, we office workers rely on protected bike lanes to get around safely while saving money given the high cost of gas. We delivery riders rely on protected bike lanes for our livelihood and to ensure we deliver people's orders safely to our customers' homes. We deserve to be protected on the road. Also called for design options to keep all of us safe and keep public transport moving without taking space away from our most vulnerable road users, cyclists, pedestrians, women, children, senior citizens, and persons with disabilities. Cycling advocates fear that what is happening in Makati may also happen in other cities across the nation where networks of bike lanes have already been established. The fear may not be unfounded even though the Metropolitan Manila Development Authority reported approving what it called the Active Transport Infrastructure Improvement Program that calls for widening of pedestrian walkways and protected bi-directional bike lanes. Already, a pilot ATI-IP project is underway to enhance the overall active transport infrastructure along EDSA, particularly in Santolan, Ortigas, and Shaw. And cycling advocates from outside of Metro Manila should be happy with the Philippine Development Plan for 2023-2028, approved by the President that, among other things, mandates giving pedestrians and cyclists the highest priority in the hierarchy of road users and building new infrastructures.
Everyone agrees that protected bike lanes are necessary. It's where, when, and how to build or establish bike lanes is where the difference of opinions occur. But it's high time that all new road infrastructures should include segregated bike lanes and wide sidewalks from the planning stage to implementation. That's our Motoring Forum this week, courtesy of Suzuki Philippines. You are back with us here on Motoring Today. We now have this week's important motoring tips, starting off with some road safety reminders from Toyota Motor Philippines. If you're stopped at an intersection, paunahin ang sasakyan na nasa kanan dahil ito ay may right of way. It is important to keep this in mind for smooth travel. Continuing with this week's edition of Motoring Today, let's now focus on proper driver's demeanor, especially for those driving PUVs. Here's Spying Choper this week.
Payong Choper lang, kaibigan. Ako po si Jake, isang kapwa nyo Choper. Loading and unloading ng mga pasahero sa tamang lugar lamang gawin.
May tamang lugar para magbaba at magsakay ng pasahero, kaya doon ihinto ang iyong sasakyan. Iwasan makaabala sa ibang motorista, kaya itabi mo ang sasakyan mo. Huwag sa gitna ng daan pumarada. Huwag ka nang dumagdag sa problema natin sa kalsada. Matuto kang sumunod sa batas trapiko.
Kung ayaw mong maabala, huwag ka ring mangabala. Makisama ka, kaya't huwag basta humarang sa kalsada. Ito po si Jake Gonzales, Payong Choper lang, kaibigan, mula sa isang kapwa nyo Choper.
Mitsubishi Strada Athlete. Confident to the core.
Kailangan ng maaasahan, kailangan ng matibay, pang matagalan kasama mo sa pag-unlad ng negosyo. Modernong disenyo, kaya-kaya ang kargo mo ng tatak na ito. Isuzu Travis, level up with Isuzu. Level up mo yung negosyo. Isuzu Travis, level up with Isuzu. Level up with Isuzu Travis.
Our Car of the Week is next on Showcase, courtesy of Prudential Guarantee. This edition of Showcase checks out the top-of-the-line variant of the next-gen Everest, the Ford Everest Titanium Plus.
During its launch, Ford said customer feedback factored a lot in the development and design of the next-gen Ford Everest. The next-gen Everest rolled out during the launch is on a larger end of the midsize SUV segment at 4,914mm long, 1,923mm wide, and 1,842mm tall. It arrived at a 2,900mm long wheelbase and 227mm minimum ground clearance. The wider track and longer wheelbase, 1,620mm in both front and back, than in the previous generation allow for more muscular and an aggressive stance on the road, as well as a roomier interior for a mid-sized 7-seater SUV. Ford gave the new Everest a tougher and more muscular look by emphasizing horizontal and vertical lines of the fascia and profile, while the C-clamp headlamps and prominent horizontal bar with a blue oval front and center reflect Ford's global design DNA. Ford brought in the next-gen Everest to the country in 4 trim levels: the top-of-the-line Titanium Plus, the Sport, the Limited, and the Trend. Only the Titanium Plus is offered with a 4x4 drivetrain as an option and can be distinguished from lesser variants by its chrome front grille. And only the Titanium Plus 4x4 features the Matrix LED headlights, the rest have LED multi-reflector headlamps. Also only on the Titanium Plus comes with panoramic moonroof and, curiously enough, puddle lamps. Like all the rest, the Titanium Plus comes with daytime running lamps, auto on-off headlights, follow me home lights, front and rear fog lamps, LED taillight with full width design, high mount stop lamp, power folding and power adjustable side turn indicators, side steps, roof rails, front and rear splash guards, and front and rear tow hooks. And like the Sport and Limit variants, the Titanium Plus features rain-sensing wipers. The next-gen Everest comes with lift gate for loading stuff in the rear. On the Titanium Plus, the power lift gate can be activated with a foot movement. Ford says the brief from its customers was that they wanted an Everest that was built tough outside and safe and comfortable sanctuary inside. In the Titanium Plus, the sanctuary is posh with prime real and synthetic leather for the seats and trim. The next-gen Everest is noticeably roomier than the previous one. And all variants on offer arrive equipped with smart keyless entry and push-button start. The easy ingress and egress into all rows of seats are enhanced by second-row seats that slide forward much farther than in the old Everest and the Titanium Plus 4x4. The 50/50 folding seats for 2 fold electronically at a touch of a button. The second and third row seats also fold flat to provide that much more room for longer and wider stuff. While driver and front seat passenger enjoy the center console with dual cup holder recesses, as well as the dash-mounted pop-out cup holders. Those on the second and third row also have places to store their things, as well as a 12-volt power outlet to charge mobile phones, tablets, and other devices. The Titanium Plus variants feature a 230-volt inverter in the rear console. Except for the Trend 4x2 variants, all others in the next-gen Everest made available locally have driver and front passenger seats that feature 8-way power adjust function. The Titanium Plus also raises the bar for the dash and instrumentation in mid-sized SUVs with a 12-inch digital instrument cluster. Then there's a 12-inch high-resolution touchscreen infotainment system that comes with the latest Sync 4A communication and entertainment system that already uses cloud technology. The system also features enhanced voice recognition and wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto compatibility. While USB connections are available, there's a pad for wireless charging. The leather-wrapped steering also features controls for the audio-integrated mobile phone systems, although it is best used voice-operated systems available in the Everest. Other comfort and convenience features in the next-gen Titanium Plus 4x4 include power windows, auto-dimming rear-view mirror, dual-zone electronic automatic temperature control, ambient lighting, driver and front passenger sun visors with illuminated vanity mirrors. The Everest Titanium Plus 4x4 is powered by a 2.0-liter bi-turbo diesel engine that generates a maximum of 210 PS at 3,500 RPM and 500 Nm of torque from 1,750 to 2,000 RPM. This is made into a 10-speed automatic transmission with an electronic shifter. The next-gen Everest Titanium Plus powertrain features a terrain management system that provides 6 on- and off-road drive modes: normal, eco, tow haul, slippery, mud ruts, or sand to help master all sorts of terrain. The 4x4 variant also comes complete with an electronic locking rear differential. The brief for the next-gen Everest also called refined handling on all sorts of terrain. Ford said the solution was to use an updated chassis, wider track, and refined suspension system that features double wishbone with coil spring and anti-roll bar in front, and coil spring with Watts link and anti-roll bar. The brake system uses ventilated discs on all 4 wheels. Only the next-gen Everest Titanium Plus 4x4 comes with advanced driver assisted safety technologies that include adjustable speed limiter, adaptive cruise control with stop and go and lane centering, blind spot information system with cross-traffic alert and braking, pre-collision assist, lane departure warning and lane keeping system, auto high beam, distance alert and distance information, forward collision warning, driver alert system, reverse braking assist, hill descent control, ESP with traction control system and electric brake booster, tire pressure monitoring system. The top-of-the-line Everest also comes with 360-degree camera in front and rear parking sensors to aid with parking in tight spaces. But it can also park the Everest for you with the Active Park Assist 2.0. Just hold down the Park Aid button and trust the system to park the Everest for you. Other standard safety and security features in the Everest are the Hill Launch Assist with rollover mitigation, electronic parking brake, 7 airbags including side and curtain and knee airbags, anti-lock brake system with electronic brake force distribution, security alarm system, ELR safety belts, and child seat ISOFIX anchor points.
The next-gen Everest makes a good case for saying it's an all-in-one SUV package combining capability, safety, and comfort, attributes that Filipino customers look for in SUVs for the family. That's our featured vehicle in this week's showcase, courtesy of Prudential Guarantee. Welcome back to Motoring Today. The auto industry now takes center stage.
Hyundai Motor Philippines gave members of the media the opportunity to enjoy the attractions and road adventures offered by the island of Cebu from behind the wheel in the comfortable cabin of the Creta and the Stargazer. This is the first media ride and drive event of Hyundai Motor Philippines, and Cebu was chosen for the venue for special reasons.
We chose Cebu because we do acknowledge that this is one of the most important market for the Hyundai brand, and then upon going here we saw a lot of scenic places that we want to highlight for this test drive event. Plus, we saw some terrains that would be best to test drive the vehicles that were mentioned earlier, which is the Creta and Stargazer. Initially, we started off at the main city, wherein we did experience some traffic, which highlighted the fuel efficiency and drivability and comfort of the Hyundai Creta and Stargazer. Then from there, we went uphill, going to this place, La Jardine, wherein apart from the uphill part wherein the engine was fully tested, there are a lot of twisty roads that also showcase the safety features of the Creta and Stargazer.
During the adventure in Cebu, Hyundai's Cecil Capacete hinted that Hyundai Motor Philippines is planning to roll out more electric and hybrid vehicles.
I think you can expect more from us. Right now, what we have is the Creta, the Stargazer, we have the Staria, we have the Tucson, we have the Santa Fe, and we have the H100. And I think we featured also to you the Ioniq 5 last December, and expect more on the electric vehicles from now on.
And that's the week that was in motoring. Thank you for joining us. Also, don't forget to check us out on social media.
Until next week here on Motoring Today, now on its 36th year of continuing service to the general motoring public with a lifelong commitment to promote road safety. On behalf of our dad, Butch Gamboa, I'm Ray Louie Gamboa.
And I'm Susie Gamboa.
Happy motoring!